Hi guys, Abby here. How are you guys doing today? Today I am bringing you an email from someone, a lady who is seeking some advice. So, yeah, without getting all into it, we'll just read her email. It says, "Hi Abby, I've been watching your channel for a while and I love your videos. Now it's my turn to seek your advice, and I think that you are uniquely qualified to help me out. I have a terrible relationship with smoking. If you ask my family and coworkers, they would tell you that there's no way that I would ever have even tried it. However, my small group of friends could show you dozens of pictures of me dancing at festivals or exiting a cab or pouring glasses of wine with a cigarette featuring prominently in either my hand or my mouth. The fear of being judged con, is usually enough to keep my desires at bay. But consuming alcohol always makes me smoke like I don't care who sees me, and my friends and I all enjoy smoking when we drink. Then I sober up the next day and start worrying about whether or not I was caught by somebody from my non smoking circle. So far, that has not seemed to have happened, but that may have changed last night. We were out for drinks and I stopped at an outdoor ATM. I needed to get my bank card out of my purse and key in my password, so I just placed my cigarette in my mouth while I dug out my wallet and used the ATM machine. Sure enough, one of my favorite coworkers recognized me from behind and sidled up beside me to chat while I was removing my money. What could I even do at that point? He had already seen me, so I just left my Newport 100 perched comfortably in the side of my mouth while rifling through my purse for my wallet, which was doing a remarkable job of hiding. Honestly, he didn't seem surprised or that he even cared that I was standing like 2 feet away from him, dangling a cigarette the whole time. When we parted ways, after talking for about 4 or 5 minutes, I thought then that maybe this was exactly what I needed to happen to me so I could finally accept that I love to smoke and not care what other people think. Unfortunately, today the alcohol has worn off and I'm anxious that I'm going to go to work on Monday and he'll have told everybody about our encounter. Yet I'm excited to know that tonight I'll be out with my friends and be accepted as my authentic cigarette loving self. So far, the fear of shame and disappointing people has been enough to keep me from coming out as a full time smoker. I've always been the good girl type, and I'm sure that people will think that this is out of character for me. On the other hand, I feel like I'm depriving myself of something that I love because of my cowardice. I really want to just have a cigarette whenever I want and not care about the opinion of others. I'm sick of hiding it and being stuck in this stupid cycle. Telling my parents will be the most difficult part. I still remember how disappointed they were when they found out that my sister smoked. I would really appreciate your opinion on this and appreciate any advice that you can give. Thanks." Okay, so I love this email. Thank you so much for writing in. So I have to say that I can totally relate on so many levels to your situation. Um, First being that I grew up going to a Catholic school. Um, I was always known, just like you, as the good girl type. Believe it or not, I was. Um, So, yeah, for the longest time, I felt like I had this image to uphold. So, when I was about 14, I started smoking. And because, I thought it was cool, every adult in my family smoked. Um, and then I smoked for about a couple years. And then I stopped for a boyfriend. And then as I got older, I would smoke just like you, um, out when I was out drinking. There was something about the combination of the alcohol and the smoking that just, I loved it. I loved it. Um, in fact, like even an attraction with men, like a combination for me is the cigarette, alcohol, and cologne mixture. It's the craziest thing. Anyway, kind of going off there on the side note. Um, with regards to your question about hiding it or accepting, being accepted, I get that you have always been portrayed as the good girl type. Um, I myself have had that a lot of my life, believe it or not. Um, they, it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. I can sympathize with you 110%. Um, but at the end of the day, something that I realized is that you have to be true to yourself. If enjoying a cigarette is what you do and you enjoy smoking, that doesn't make you a bad person. That just makes you a good person that smokes, chooses to smoke. Yeah, everybody's going to have their opinions about the things that other people do or say. Um, that will never change. That's something I learned throughout life. That will never, ever, ever change. People are always going to judge others. People are always going to have their opinions about the actions and the things that people do. Um, so, as a grown adult, you need to make a choice. Do something that you enjoy and love and be happy, and don't regret it, don't hide it, don't be ashamed of it. If that's what you enjoy, do it. You're a grown adult. It's not like you're a teenager trying to hide doing it. Enjoy it. Not that I want to encourage anyone who's a non-smoker to smoke or anything like that. I would never do that. I've always said that, and I still stand by that. But something that I heard at a graduation speech, probably about 6 years ago now, from one of the teachers who was making a speech to the class, the graduating class. It was a high school teacher and a high school graduation. And one of the things that he said was, friends will come and go, people will judge, people will leave you because of the things that you do or don't do. But you have to go through life being unapologetically you, so that at the end of your life you can say, that you were happy. You were truly happy because you didn't live by someone else's rules. You lived by your own rules and did what you wanted to do. You did you. So, if your coworker saw you, obviously, um, so what? Again, does that make you any less of a good worker? No. You still, I'm assuming you're in the US and I don't know about other countries, but still can't smoke in the office. So you'll still be you. You'll still be the same person that you were yesterday, especially in the office. You can't smoke inside. But so that's my opinion and that's my advice. Um, as far as feeling guilty, you're an adult. It's your life to live, and don't feel guilty about the choices you make for you. Hopefully that helps. Anyone else out there have any suggestions or opinions? What your take is on her email? Any advice you can give her? Drop it in the comments. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, love, hugs, and smoky kisses.